So sometime this morning, right, there was a volcanic eruption, early this morning, volcanic eruption, several thousand miles off the coast here of Southern California, way out in the Pacific somewhere. So there's a tsunami warning in effect, which means it is a fantastic day to go swimming and surfing.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me.
All we can tell from here is the tide is super high. 1.4 feet higher than usual in the San Diego Bay, so you can assume that that translates up here, more or less. We're only about 8-10 miles away from downtown San Diego. And it's packed. And it's raining, which isn't supposed to happen. You gotta take the V12 out in the rain.
It's spitting.
It's okay. This is rain. If the wipers, the license plate was Slovak, I think. I'm gonna have to wind that back. Yeah. So what's the new problem on the E36?
Well, it's not doing it now because that's how this thing works, but I've had this issue when you do 80 miles an hour and you have the cruise control set, it just kicks it off. So like it'll just won't hold the cruise anymore. I still have this issue if I have the AC on and I have the cruise control set, the gauge cluster will short and then reset everything. So it resets the cruise control and that stuff. So, I don't know, some electrical gremlins in there that...
Something in the instrument cluster. There's some sort of
but also something with this, because we can't communicate. When I first turn the key, it communicates with the check display, because sometimes the license plate lights throw an error, then it will show up here. But then, if I do it now, it tells me that the check control is inactive, which it's not, but it is, so, I don't know.
It's dicked. It's E34 and E36 spec BMW electronics, which were poor at best.
And E31.
Yeah, and E31. Ugh. It's Saturday night. We've got a quick ending here today. Went to Casa Guadalajara tonight. That was a nice change. We haven't been down there in a long time. Kevin starts the M3. He's headed back. I'm headed to bed. We kind of slept in today. Larissa and I went to brunch in La Jolla at Harry's, which is this old, like Midwestern as hell styled. You walk in there and you just think you're somewhere in the Midwest in 2002 and the place hasn't been renovated since the 80s. And that's exactly the vibe you want. It's cheap, but really good food, really like homey service. You just don't feel like you're in La Jolla. And sometimes that's nice. You want to go to La Jolla to not feel like you're in La Jolla. So that was the afternoon. Went over to Kennan's and helped him unpack some stuff. He had a whole container come out from Ohio with a bunch of his extra furniture and clothes and stuff that he had out there in Hudson. Then we came back here, played with Peanut, watched a little bit of a basketball game, and then went to dinner. So I'm going to sleep. Tomorrow is Sunday. I will talk to you guys then. Good night.